Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to round 3 of the virtual circuit racing. And we are at VIR International. And we're only doing the North course. 2.25 miles, 3.62 kilometers in length. And there is 14 technically turns of this racing circuit. We are just into qualifying. We've got 8 minutes to go of qualifying. I'm JP. I'm going to be joined in the booth by Mr. Tom Kent, who's going to come along for the ride once more of the MX5s at VIR. Tom, it's been a very interesting season so far. We're at round 3. We've got 14 drivers on the racetrack, and we enter the wonderful world of VIR, but not the full course. We're doing the North course.
It would take an age, actually, for these Mazdas to get round the whole course, to be honest with you, even though, actually, it would have provided some good racing. But it is the North course that we are using, as we could just see Stephen Bosworth demonstrating the infield section as to how to take it around. It reminds me of the, what you want to call it, the old configurations of Silverstone, where it sort of cuts through around where Abbey is. But it's like a really nice slalom section of it. That's what this section reminds me of. But it's a great section for this particular machine, where we expect some of the action to be at over the course of 20 minutes of racing.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like international course, almost like islands at Alton Park as well, where they just drop straight down on cascades, go straight on, and then turn right, and then come back round again. I think, as you said, to get these round the full course, 3.27 miles, or if they do the Grand course, it's 4.2 miles. We'll be here for absolutely forever, but we're only going to do the little 2.25 miles, 1:35.846. Traffic King on pole position at the moment. I am just checking the scores currently because I'm not entirely sure they are 100% correct, because there's a big difference between what's posted in the Discord and what's actually in iRacing's Championship. So I'm just waiting for confirmation of them, but if it's anything like it's going to be, Traffic King, Stephen Bosworth, don't do that. Traffic King is leading the way currently at the moment, and he's leading here this evening as well, sitting in, there's quite a big gap between him and second place Matthew Addy. He's over 3 tenths already, Tom. Is this really sort of what we're looking at the moment as well? Is Traffic just going to run away with this one?
It feels that way after his performances so far this season, although actually in the last race in Stetson, he only won out in the end by a whole second, wasn't it, over Josh Hathaway, who brought his car home in P2. So it could be the fact that it might be Traffic King's kind of circuit compared to some. Stetson may not be his circuit as much, even though he did come out on top. But I think we'll see soon enough how he gets on around here. But even if he was to pull away from it, there's still some action further on behind to look out for. There'll be enough action, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. MX5 generally does. As Herrera was off the side of the circuit then. Just seen him there. Mr. Dan Buckingham is in. He's got a penalty apparently at the moment. So I'm not quite sure what he did, but whatever he did, he was naughty. And has got a penalty there as well. Matthew Addy, big old snap from Matty Addy. Ben Gibbons is out on the racetrack at the same time. Dave Price, one to Sarah, is also on the race circuit. Lee Southall, Luke Woodhouse is there. Darryl Moss is there as well. And good old Darryl Moss from last time out. I think this is going to be, this could be an absolute classic. I think that's the thing. Even if Trav King does pull away, I think the action in behind it is just going to be absolutely mental.
I couldn't agree more. As we look to the racetrack, looking at Darren Moss riding on board with, going through the slalom section of this North course of VIR. And looking at the number of corners, I know he keeps saying turns 8A and B, 8B, sorry, and then you've got turns 9A, B, and C. It'd take us quite a bit to work out how many corners there actually is, rather than looking at what the track map actually says.
Well, I think we can get rid of 8A, 8B. I think turn 7 would be 1. Turn 9A would then be 8. 9B would be 9. 9C would be 10. 11, 12, 13. Get rid of 12B. I'm not quite sure why that's there. And turn 14 isn't really a corner, which is basically just about now not a corner at all. So I'd probably say maybe if we scrap some of them, we might get rid of 4 corners out on that circuit. Bring it down a little bit. Don't forget, guys, if you are here, like, subscribe, turn on the bells, say hello at the same time. That would be absolutely amazing. have a chat with myself and Tom. It's for Friday, of course, kicking it into the weekend for everybody that works 5 days a week, and for people like me and Tom who do 6 and sometimes do 7. It makes no difference. There we go. But looking forward, it should be an interesting one. 3.5 minutes to go now as well. Any improvements taking shape? One to Sarah is got some improvements. Green in sectors 1 and 2. What do we think from this? You know, where do we think some of this action is going to be taking place? It's got to be, surely it's got to be the running down into turn 1, isn't it?
Well, there's that, but there's also the run towards the turn where turn 7 is, which takes us through the infield. That is a potential place for passing, but I do agree that turn 1 is going to be somewhere we could see overtakes. So maybe turn 3 with these machines. It's going to be really dicey all the way through, I would expect. Traffic King still with the fastest lap time. We said it was 3:10s not so long ago. It is still 3:10s between Traffic King, but I've been impressed with Matthew Raddy so far in this session compared to what we've seen from him in previous rounds. Chris McIntosh, twice a podium finisher in the same position. 3rd in Lebanon, 3rd in Snetterton. What will he make up here in VIR? We shall see.
Traffic King's got some purples on the board at the moment through the left-hander at turn number 12. Dropping down, I'll give 12B because that is officially a corner. I'm not quite sure this is a corner leading up to turn 13, or is it a continuation of 12B? Who knows? On the run down to the line. Trash got a purple in sectors 3 as well. It's going to be an improvement, but by how much is this going to be? A 35.5. That's what I got my money on. It goes over the line at the moment. Traffic King slow in the final sector, 35.6. Not bad. I was a bit out on that one, but yeah, some great times coming in from Traff, really. I think this is the thing at the moment.
I mean, it was a great lap, actually, from Traffic King to get that margin. As Matthew Reddy goes over the line, no improvement on that lap. Maybe he was just preparing for one last run. He has just about got enough time to get over the line before the clock reaches 0. So can Matthew Reddy cement second place? I think to get pole is going to be too much of an ask, if I'm honest with you. We will see when he comes round. In terms of drivers who are also on fast laps, I think we've just seen Luke Burton go over the line with an improvement in lap time. 1 minute 37.5 he's just posted, and he'll be hoping, well, he's not out on the circuit anymore now as Luke Burton is back in pit lane. So we'll stay with Eddie, who is coming through the first part of the course. I'm just looking at the lap times in terms of what he's doing in the sectors, James, because that's what we need to have a look at. He's done a 25.9 in sector 1, a 20.4 in sector 2. There are 4 sectors around here. He's just gone over... no, sorry, it's a 20.5 in sector 2. It's just... Sorry, I was looking at the wrong driver. It'll become apparent when he comes around over the line, hoping that he can improve, ideally into a 135 or 120... So yeah, 135 he can help it. Sorry, I'm muddling up my words there.
Yeah, if you can get the late 135, it'll be all right, but I don't think he's going to. There's no improvements in sectors 1, 2 and 3. So unless that final sector was an absolute barnstormer, I don't think he's going to improve, and he isn't at the moment for Matthew Addy. 36.1, 30, well, we did a 141, which is very, very, very low indeed for Matthew Addy, but yeah, checker flag is out. Wait for a few people to come back over the line and finish it off their laps. Chris McIntosh sitting in 3rd place at the moment, and before he comes down into turn 10, or aptly named the roller coaster, and he goes there for Mr. McIntosh. Drops down the hill, comes round. Ooh, big snap. Watching for him. Another one there. Ooh, I think it's just might be just doing a little bit of a wiggle. Honest with you. There we go. Very spectacular.
Yeah, not how we want to be going through the last section of VIR, but at least he's done that at the end of the qualifying session and not in the race. But a good job from Matthew Reddy to get up into 2nd place, but is Traffic King, without a doubt, the well-deserved pole sitter.
Yeah, absolutely. Come and wait for a few people to come over the line. 13th, Liam Joyce, going to be one of the first ones. An improvement, no, doesn't look like he's going to improve. Darryl Moss, got coming up. Yourself did, sir. like there is in sectors 1, 2, and 3. What about the final one? Nope. Not. Finally, again, Buddy just pulls it in to pit lane. Right, as soon as we're ready, we will bring you up the grid for this 20-minute race. Hold on to your hats. I think, Tom, this is going to go thick and fast.
I'd expect so as well. With the lap times we have seen, can they build on that with some strong performances in the race? Well, we'll see soon enough. I am looking forward to see the midfield battle taking shape, actually, because they are quite close in regards to the lap times. But the race will be very different compared to what we've seen so far this evening, as we have got a grid round about in a second once iRacing decides to transition over into the race itself. And JP can kindly run down on the grid.
Love to. As soon as I get it, I will happily read the grid. Wait for the iRacing session to swap over. Checker flag, Barney there, strongest right hand in iRacing. Still waving, never stops waving. Traf King is on pole position with Matthew Addy in second. Then you've got Chris McIntosh in third, then Lee Southall. Luke Woodhouse in fifth, then Juan Teixeira in sixth. Dave Price seventh, Stephen Bosworth eighth. Luke Burton ninth, Thomas Herrera in 10th. Darryl Moss and Ben Gibbons round out the top 12. Then you've got Liam Joyce and Dan Buckingham. They are your final runners and riders here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, hold on to your hats, because I got a funny feeling we are going to be in for an absolute banger of a race. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Round 3 is green, green, green. Traf got a big old bunch of wheel spin coming off the line. Got away down into turn 1. He's going to take the whole shot, I believe. Don't think Matthew Addy's going to be able to get there. McIntosh is looking on the inside of Addy. Addy did not cover him off. There was McIntosh. Big old send from McIntosh. Puts himself up there as well. Luke Woodhouse moving up. Dave Price moving up. Luke Burton up. Darryl Moss is up too as well. Liam Joyce and Dan Buckingham also up too. But at the moment, it is Traf King out in front. Matty Addy's got literally second place back from Chris McIntosh. Luke Woodhouse there as well. And some great action right at the beginning here, Tom. You can see just Juan Teixeira, I believe, has just gone round and he's sitting there all on his own on the left-hand side at the moment. We can have a quick look back, see what happens. Happened to one. Was there contact? Oh, he turns in the 14 car. I don't believe there was. I think he may have just lost this all on his own. Going into the corner. He's on the grass.
Yeah. So he got a right rear on the grass, and that's what sent him around. And he got a whack, actually, from whoever it was that went across the circuit. And we've lost Darryl Moss as well, James. He's picked up damage later on in the lap.
Oh, where did you go? Oh, across the nose. Oh, the nose. Let's see if we can get a better picture of that. Unfortunately for Darryl Moss. So there's Teixeira's incident. Oh, he's on. Oh,
Didn't leave room.
No. I think that may have to be on Darryl on that one, unfortunately. But Matthew Addy's got Woodhouse closing in behind him. McIntosh is down a place as well. Bit of a manic start here, Tom. Darryl Moss, pit lane. Teixeira going round. It's not the ideal start.
Nope. In contrast, Traffic King on his way clear ahead of Addy and Woodhouse, as you could have predicted. McIntosh, who was in second place briefly coming out of turn 2 on that one, has fallen back to 4th place behind Luke Woodhouse, who is aiming for an improvement on last week. And behind Woodhouse is, or McIntosh should say, is Southall, Lee Southall that is, who is looking to improve up the order. It feels like Teixeira has got in front of Gibbons and Joyce, so he's already making up for lost time.
Yeah, he is on the right game, so places back. Juan Teixeira there. See, we still got Darryl Moss in pit lane on board with Chris McIntosh. Dan Buckingham has just lost a place to Teixeira quite comfortably by the looks of it. Liam Joyce looks like he's had some drama. Buckingham under pressure now from Gibbons. Not an ideal place to try and get through. Buckingham holding on. Gibbons still in there. Sitting in behind him at the moment. Teixeira trying to escape up the road. We've got Addy, Woodhouse, McIntosh, Southall. They're not very far apart either. The gap to Traffic King 1.1 to Addy, and then it's 23 seconds to this man, Liam Joyce, right at the back of the field. He's had some drama. Dave Price and Lee Sapple also swap places. Starting to get gaps already here, Tom. I'm a little bit worried about him.
Yeah, we're starting to see some margins. Oh, someone's spun around big time towards the back. I think that might be Ben Gibbons, who has gone for a spin.
Oh, he got it all out of shape. Keeps his foot in. Still keeps his foot in. There's another spinner in front of him as well.
Yeah, was that Liam Joyce who'd gone round?
Might have been Luke Burton. Same thing by the looks of it, because that's what he does. And then Ben Gibbons is going to come and run wide, keep his foot in, spin the car around, steer all the way left and hope for the best, and then it grips and flicks him back the other way. So unfortunately for Ben Gibbons, he's dropping, he's right the way down the order now at the back, towards the back end. Luke Woodhouse is under pressure. He's got McIntosh in behind him and Southall in behind that as well. Action's probably going to come from these front four, front five maybe at the best.
It feels that way so far. But let's see if McIntosh can do something about Luke Woodhouse through the section where it cuts through back onto the main part of the lap towards the end. And, but you could just see that King isn't exactly pulling away just yet from Matthew Addy. I think Addy has left Woodhouse and that for dead a little bit now, and he can start to focus his attentions on going after King.
I wonder if he can get to in that draft range, might be able to help him as well, because the draft can be quite strong in these little MX5s. I wonder if he can get it below sort of 6, 7 tenths maybe. He might start picking it up. Addy's down at 897, 873 at the moment. Woodhouse in behind that. McIntosh and Southall, they're still fighting away. Everybody else is a little bit spread out further back at the moment, but there is some action in this middle, and I don't think these 2, 3, 4 and 5 are quite going to be done just yet.
No, not by any stretch. But you can just see King trying to extend it, and as I'm sure I was running wide through NASCAR Bend and just surviving without any slowdowns. It's the last thing you want around this circuit, actually. With it being so quick, the last thing you want is to slow down and having to potentially let the car behind you by.
Yeah. Absolutely. Nothing worse than that. Sorry, the wife's just... Luke Woodhouse there with Matthew Addy. Woodhouse goes through. Addy's pushed out to the outside. McIntosh is trying to get in. Stephen Bosworth and Ben Gibbons just look like they've had some drama further back. Dan Buckingham is now in the mix, but look at these three cars. Too wide for literally a few corners. Chris McIntosh running wide, very wide in fact. I don't know where he went, but wherever he went, he took quite a lot of time off. Southall makes an opportunity, he comes up the inside of him.
It looked like McIntosh wanted to design his own circuit at that part of the course, didn't he? The way he was running wide like that. But that has allowed Lee Southall through into fourth position, and it's Luke Woodhouse and Matthew Addy who'll be chasing after. And now you can just see King responding to Addy's pace on the previous lap, and he's beginning to really pull clear now.
Yeah, 2.3 seconds now. Matthew Addy has got Woodhouse half a second back from him. See how this action unfolds as we're into the last 13 minutes from these guys. It's been quite an interesting fight from the front four. The gap did come down quite a lot. And I've got a funny feeling, 1.4 seconds. Look at that. That's what Trav King got over lap 4 on Matthew Addy there, Tom, as well. So it all went wrong for Addy on that last lap.
Yep, it wasn't a good lap either for Addy. He's now having to switch his attentions to the cars behind. Addy, Woodhouse, Southall and McIntosh, who are in a race for second place, it seems. And there's quite a bit of a gap back to David Price, who is leaving Tom Herrera for dead, really, now. So it feels like David Price is going to be in for a quiet race. Yeah,
it does look like a couple of people are going to be running around on their own. Darryl Moss is back on the race circuit. That's always good to see. Well done to Darryl, but he's chasing, well, he's not chasing down, he's a lap down. He's got Liam Joyce to try and get past and go around the circuit and try and get again. Lee Southall there at the moment with Chris McIntosh in behind Luke Woodhouse and Matthew Addy as these guys continue to fight. Trav King down to 2 seconds now, 2.3, and now he's down to 2. He's coming down slowly, but there's a lot more work that Addy's got to do.
Yeah, it feels like he's got too much to do at this point. I mean, 2 seconds may not sound like a lot with these machines, but It's like every 100th, every 1,000th, never mind 10th or a second that you have to find around the circuit. It's just like every little bit you can find to have half a chance, essentially, of getting by the car ahead.
Absolutely. What else trying to close in here? There is Addy in front of us. Gap for Chuff King, 1 second. Down to 1 second, actually. Not quite sure if he's just managing this gap, or is he like a lion, just kind of playing with his food a little bit?
Well, it's safe to say he is closing in on him there, judging by the onboard of Luke Woodhouse. So Addy's coming back into the fray as King is beginning to struggle. You could just see King running wider at the beginning of the slalom section before the circuit cuts out. I don't know whether King may have some form of issue here, because there's no way on earth he would have been able to have lost over 1.5 seconds in the space of half a lap. Because he was 2 seconds clear, wasn't he?
Yeah.
JP.
It does seem a little bit bonkers that he's lost that much time. Half a second on lap 5. What has he lost here?
Virtually everything.
Oh, yeah. Everything he gained. It's like 9 tenths. 9 tenths to a second there, isn't it?
Yep. And now Addy's at the closest he has been all race to even attack on this pit straight.
Do you think he's playing?
I don't know, because it's easy to lose life of these tyres, and I think King may be playing the safe game. And Addy, I'm surprised he maybe didn't go for it there. If it was me, I would have outbraked King at that moment and then forced King back into the clutches of the cars behind. That's what I would have done.
That's the thing. I think for me, I would have sat back and had a go at him. You know, he had the run down into turn 1 there. You don't want to give... If Trap all of a sudden turns around and goes, I've had enough now, puts his foot down, he's gone. And you've missed your opportunity. So I think maybe, he might have just played that wrong. I think maybe he should have had a go at him and seen what he can make of it. Luke Woodhouse has got to slow down. Should get it off at this corner if he's smart. There you go.
Yeah, you don't want to do it on the straight round here. So if he lifts off here, Luke, he might just about get that off. He has got it off. Yeah, there you go.
But he's lost about a second.
He has kept hold of the position though, because of basically playing it smart through that corner and playing that slow down there and not on the straight beforehand.
Absolutely. Buaddi's now is going to come and try and get him again, coming through the left-hander of Hogpen. Sweeping section, left and right. And Addy closing again. Is Woodhouse going to lose that position? The Southall and McIntosh, they're not too far away from each other either at the moment. It doesn't look like, I'll keep an eye on it, but it looks more like the Southall might get Woodhouse here on this rundown. I don't know if he was too tight to the grass there, or he just forgot the track goes out a bit. And Addy again doesn't make a move into one.
No, he's sitting back, although he looked to the insides ever so slightly there on King. But all of this battling, or holding back from Addy, is allowing Woodhouse, Southall and McIntosh to close back in a little.
Yeah, it is. They're all coming down again. As I say, I don't know. I'm just getting the feeling that Traff's managing the gap. I think that's it for me. I don't think he's in real threat of losing the place. I think he's more... Oh, it's like a child playing with his spaghetti hoops or something. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right for me, Tom. I don't know if he would lose that much time.
Well, has Addy sort of read into the fact that King isn't exactly going at the genuine pace? Because that could be what it is.
Addy pulled out 1.7 seconds on lap 6. That's a lot. That is Matthew Addy setting the pace. His best time was a 35.97. And he did that, I don't know, a couple of laps ago. No, I don't know if Addy's going to have a go here. Herrera's just got a meatball. Oh, Oh, actually, go back. Did he make the move? Addy, down into one. Almost. Woodhouse is now up the inside of him. And that's the problem. He goes on the attack and he's got Woodhouse sticking his nose in.
Yep. Well, the inside line for the next corner coming up, though, will Addy. But he has to make sure he slows the car down. Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it on King. Is Addy through? I think King will get him back through turn 3, I think, James. And he is back through. But I think Addy is going to have the high ground on the exit before they get to the Slalom section. And that was Lee Southall running wide, wasn't it?
Yeah. Southall's dropped away from the pack now. 6 minutes to go, near enough. Now Addy had to go. He's made King aware that he was going to try it. And he went and tried it. Couldn't quite get through, though. Well, he did get through, didn't he? And didn't hold it for very long. Woodhouse and McIntosh are literally nose to tail. It's great to see from these guys a little bit further. I say further back, they're not really that far back from the leaders. Woodhouse about 7 tenths away from Addy at the moment. Closing right in here. 5 minutes to go. Who would you put your money on, Tom?
I think Addy will snatch it. I've really got a feeling he'll snatch it away from King. I'd have thought King would have pulled away from the start, but I think Addy has read into King's games, to be honest with you. Mind games is what I was trying to say.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think he's read into the game of which King is playing, and Addy's got to play his next card now.
Oh, he's trying the outside line. I don't know if that's going to work. He'll have the inside if he can hold it, though, for NASCAR Bend.
Yep. Yeah. Well, unless he can get a good drive coming out of there and catch King by surprise. Because he is still alongside. There you go, look.
Going to cut back underneath him, though. It's
Yeah,
like deja vu from the last lap.
If he parts it on the apex, he would have got him. But the problem is he's allowed King to have the momentum for the next left-hander and go back through again.
Yep, Jeff King just carries on into turn 7 now. Still managing to hold it there. Yeah, I can't really see much past King. Well, however, that's not going to help him there, Tom.
No, and he's putting all the pressure on him all the time, isn't he? He just needs to be wary of Woodhouse, McIntosh and Southall, because they'll be hungry for this. They'll fancy their chances going forward. We will have 3 more laps of this one, so there is enough time for Addy to make his move when they head over the line. Does he go to the outside? I would probably say pull out now to the outside and then dummy him into one.
Yeah, I just think you might have been a little bit too early there. Stay in behind him. There you go. Get him.
There you go, look.
Yeah, but he's got to stop it. That's the problem. Can he get it stopped?
Yes.
Yeah, but can he hold it?
Well, we're going to see, because he's got Woodhouse there. He'll be fancying a go, but King comes back. Addy's going to do what... Yeah, he's going to have the inside. Yeah, he's going to do exactly what King had done in the previous laps and send one at the inside, but he's got to outbrake him to do it.
Yeah, it doesn't help. I think Addy just may have got a gentle little kiss there from Woodhouse in the process. Craig Jones at YouTube chat. I claim I hate this track, but it's actually a lot of fun. Yeah, it's the short layout. It's not the Grand Prix go on forever layout, Craig. It's the little short one that cuts right here at the end of the straight. So it's a lot better. It's like Island at Alton Park. So yeah, an international at Silverstone, Craig, where you got lost, remember. Never gonna let
You're always going to allude to that, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm never going to let him forget it. Dude, how can you get lost on a virtual race circuit? Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers.
Someone has to.
Yeah, but he took half the field with him. That's what makes it worse. Half the field followed him around the wrong part of the circuit. That's even more worrying. Right, 2 minutes to go. We're going to have one. Are we going to get one and one more? We should get one and one more here. Matthew Addy, and Traff King, Luke Woodhouse. Traff pulls out. He's got a lot of better run round the final corner. Is he going to take that inside line? Addy's not really covered him off. Little bit worried for Addy now. He hasn't covered him off, Tom, because that could be a little bit more disastrous. Trying to go on the outside of turn 1.
Yep, and now Addy's got to look out for Woodhouse, actually, because he almost has his nose at the inside. Now, King parts it on the apex there so that Addy didn't have the momentum on the exit.
Agreed. I 100% agree with you there. Addy can't do it now. Is he going to try and cut underneath him like he did last time? No, too far away this time. Woodhouse isn't there to give him a little kiss on the bottom. Eva, give him that little bit of a push. Addy's now got to go once more. Woodhouse, McIntosh, Southall. Bosworth's now getting into a battle with Burton further back. Have a quick look at that in a minute. We'll wait for this to play out on the run down into turn 7. But Addy now half a second back. Woodhouse is there as well. McIntosh. Woodhouse, is he going to dive on the inside? He's not. Addy with a reactive block more than a proactive block.
Yep. And that has, well, it's changed his focus now, actually, because he's been able to pull out ahead of Woodhouse. So can he go after King for one last attempt by the time the final lap comes around? And we'll see how it plays out. King's 100% winning starts of the season is on the line. Matthew Addy's had a brilliant evening so far. Wouldn't he love it if he came out with the win this time around?
Can he, though? Can he get this win? Don't know if he's got enough. No offense, Matty. I just don't know if he's got enough there. 4-7, 4-6, 4-5, 4-4. There's still a little bit of way down before we get to 1, 3-7, 3-5. Like a submarine pilot about now, Tom. Dive, dive, dive!
But now you can just see the driver's heading through turn 1 on that last tour. And Addy isn't exactly making the most of it. I wonder if he's trying somewhere different just to catch King by surprise. He might even do it through towards the area where the circuit just sort of cuts through into the infield. And that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, fresh out of turn 7. Here we go now, Matty Addy. You're going to close in. They're going to be able to get there through the left-hander. Run down into 7. Woodhouse is perched on the edge. McIntosh is still there. Southall's dropped off a bit. King on the defence. And he tries to run around the outside, can't. He's got to bring it back in. Through the left-hander, through the right. He's not got many corners to go here, Tom. Is Addy going to do this?
He's too far back, I think. I think he needs to just focus on bringing the car out. Though King slides his way through. He left a little bit of smoke there. That might give Addy a little bit of encouragement in these remaining corners. But I feel like King has got this one sewn up here, unless King gets a really nice run all the way to the line.
Yeah, but it's still a long run down to the line. Addy's got to come out this corner and absolutely floor it. It's looking more like Woodhouse might get Addy. I don't think Addy's going to get King. King's going to come over the line. It's going to be a win-win for Trav King. Matthew Addy, Matty Addy, Luke Woodhouse, McIntosh. Woodhouse takes the inside line. Nope, Addy still holds on. King, Addy, Woodhouse, McIntosh, Southall. And there was literally 2.2 seconds between the front 5. Tom, absolutely mental. Stephen Bosworth is having a good old go at the moment. He's chasing down Burton, Mr. Luke Burton, and they're on their run down into the right-hander on the roller coaster. Great racing from Trav King.
Yeah, it feels like Luke Burton's come back through the field a little bit there since we last spoke about him, but he's just holding on, I think, ahead of Stephen Bosworth, who had a slowdown not too long ago, which will have upset his chances of going by him. Oh, you could just see almost like he ran into him there before getting a run on the pit straight. I don't think he's going to get him out to the line, so I think Burton has got 8th place in the bag.
Don't leave the inside open. Don't leave the inside open. Here he goes. He pulls out. Too late. It was Burton with Bosworth in 9th place, and we're waiting for Liam Joyce coming down to the line with Mr. Dan Buckingham tucked in behind there. They both are together on the race circuit, so a great race from all of these drivers again, and Trav King carries on with a victory once more. Can anybody, Tom, stop him this season?
Not in terms of points, but he can be beaten on his day.
Whoa! I've got to admit, that did look quite spectacular.
Is that something to put in your updated 5-minute intro?
Yep. I hope you're not seasick, anyone. I do love a good on board when the cards do that. I think that's absolutely amazing. Anybody with vertigo right about now, Tom's in deep
I
trouble.
was going to say, anyone with vertigo would have been mentally scarred by that.
Absolutely. Right, let's bring you up the results. Trav King is your winner. Matthew Addy in second, and Luke Woodhouse, Chris McIntosh in third and fourth. Lee Southall in fifth with Dave Price, Juan Tissera, Luke Burton, Stephen Bosworth. Then you got Liam Joyce, Dan Buckingham, Darryl Moss, Thomas Herrera, and Ben Gibbons. Gibbons never come out after his incident. Let's bring the man himself into the booth. Now, I've got a funny feeling he was playing with his food here, but I'm sure Trav King's going to tell me something completely different, deny all knowledge, and tell us that he was just having a bad run every now and then. What were you doing, Trav?
Evening, boys.
Evening, mate. Tell us.
I did actually get a little slide at T1, but then after that, I saw it battling behind. I thought I've got to get involved with this. It looks like a right laugh.
So you were playing with your food?
Not playing with my food. Everyone was fast. It was just I just got involved really.
Right.
Give Matt a little tour, which then obviously when everyone trains on, everyone else joins in. Yeah, it's good. Good laugh. Good
So
fun.
what would you have done if you'd lost that?
Turned it off and gone to bed. I don't know.
No real
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying because
Yeah.
you should have won this by 4 or 5 seconds.
It's just one of them things. It's all good racing. It's all for fun at the end, isn't it?
All right, mate. Okay. No drama.
Yeah.
What do we think? Are you going to be beaten this season?
These boys are getting quicker and quicker by the weeks. I think it's literally just time in this mx5. I've done a lot of time in it, so no matter where we go, sort of pace is there, and then it's just sort of stringing it together. But yeah, everyone's finding some, especially because half of these boys jump straight from AC into iRacing, so it's just the time, seat time, all practices we're getting in and everything like that. When you get used to all bump drafting and just how these cars handle really, because you can launch them about everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to a very similar circuit next week, in Alton Park Island circuit. Straight on from Cascades, then turn right and go back up the hill again. Are we going to see anything different to really what we've seen here tonight? Because they are practically a very similar circuit.
Yeah, I think Alton's a little bit tighter, so you maybe get a little bit more out of, because it's a little bit slower, there might be a few more moves made. You've got into Island hairpin and into chicane and stuff like that. There might be a little bit, and then if you put someone offline into T1, you can capitalise from that. So yeah, I think there'll be some good racing. There's always good racing at Alton.
There is definitely, especially in little MX5s as well. Traff, anyone you want to shout out before we let you go, bud?
All you boys for putting all this on as usual, keeping it all. I'm sure stream was a good laugh.
I'm sure it was. I enjoyed myself.
Everyone battling. Yeah,
I did.
No, sweet.
No worries, John. Have fun, bud.
Sweet. Cheers, lads. Thanks a lot.
There you go. That was Traff King. Let's have a chat with the second place man, Mr. Matthew Addy. Did he ever really feel he's going to get Traff? Let's find out. Matt, were you going to get him or not?
No, I don't think so. I think he was being nice to me, to be honest. But yeah, it's excellent racing. So yeah, really, really enjoyed that.
Well, he actually turned around. He said, I saw them fighting behind and I wanted to get involved.
Exactly. Yeah. I saw a bit of drift in action at one corner. So yeah, I knew he was having a bit of fun out front. And I think that's probably the only reason that we came into it again, really.
Yeah, but did he give it? I said to him, what would you have done if you'd lost it? And he went, well, I just would have turned it off and gone to sleep. All right,
That's trap for you.
I'm like, no dramas or anything then. But when he did back off though, did you think, I'm going to get you now just for being a bit of a smart bum?
I think when I was behind him properly in the draft, I think we were pretty equally matched, which I was happy with, to be honest. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have got past him on pace, but yeah, it was good.
Definitely was me. I enjoyed myself. It was quite amazing. After Alton Park Islands, very similar.
Yes.
How are you going to do?
Should be good. Yeah, I love it there. So yeah, I've done a lot in that in the GT3 lately. So yeah, it should be good.
Oh God, you did that in the GT3?
Yeah, GT4. Sorry. Yeah.
I was going to say, it's still rough in them, isn't it?
It was. Yeah, it's very bouncy track, that's for sure. But yeah,
absolutely.
I go well there, and Snetterton. It seems to be my popular tracks. So.
Right, mate. Well, look forward to it there and see how you get on. Anyone you want to shout out, buddy, before we let you go?
No, just all the boys that we're racing with. To be honest, they're all good lads. So yeah, good fun.
Awesome job, Matt. Take care, buddy. Catch up with you soon.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Right, and then we're going to go across to the man who finished in third place. Spent a lot of the evening staring at Matthew Addy's butt, I might like to add as well.
Indeed.
Mr. Luke Woodhouse. Luke, how are you, sir?
Yes, good, thank you. Yes, guys, I am good. Very, got a very clear memory of Matt's rear bumper by now, but yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, you look like you were just following him around. Did you sort of? What did you think was going to happen? Was you going to try and get Matt? I didn't really see. There was bits of moves from you, Luke, but there wasn't that kind of normal sort of aggression, full send on him.
Yeah, I think the main thing was didn't want to go for the move and cause contact, and didn't want to go for the move and fail and get someone do a move on me, sort of thing. So it was kind of, do I just wait to the last corner and get a really good run, which is what I went for in the end, and did try, but I think I got a bit of overspeed on Matt too early, and I ended up having to bump him and not being able to use that speed to go around him. So it sort of ended up in a bit of a drag to the line, but didn't quite have enough speed. And Traff did a brilliant job of enticing some battles, if that's what you want to call it.
Yeah, I accused him of playing with his food.
Yeah,
That's what I said to
playing
him.
with his junk.
Yeah, and he turned around and he was just like, well, no, they were having a battle and I wanted to get involved. So I backed off.
Well, yeah. He's definitely backing off.
yeah, absolutely. But look, he had fun as well. Old Park Islands next week, Luke. How are you going to get on?
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's a track I know quite well compared to VIR, which I've probably not done a tenth of the amount of laps. So yeah, also part know very well. I've done it in these cars before, so should be a good race and probably similar for everyone. I think everyone knows Alton Park really well, so I think all round it should be a really competitive race.
All right, mate. Awesome job. Anyone you want to shout out, buddy, before we let you go?
No, just all of you guys for the stream, all of the guys in VCR. We are also doing Daytona 24 hours tomorrow. We've got 2 teams.
Oh.
So everyone participating in that should deservedly get a big shout out.
Absolutely, I agree. My son's doing it as well with his team. I don't know. I can't cope with that. I don't even ask.
Oh, mega. I hope he's got a decent sized team.
I mean, well,
many stints.
Yeah, along with the words of, Dad, can I use your PC, please? Mine keeps bugging out. I'm like, oh, God, use my computer on Saturday. So there we go. Luke, been a pleasure, buddy. Have a good one, mate.
Yeah, nice one, guys. Catch you later.
Well, there you go, Tom. Traff King playing with his food, although he backed off and wanted to get involved. Matthew Addy saying he didn't really feel he was going to get him. And Luke Woodhouse staring at the back end of Matty Addy's bum for most of the evening. So, all in all, it was a good night.
Well, they better behave when they return home because we are at Alton Park next week. It's in the UK, which if they are saying that they're all familiar with it, with these machines, then I think we could be in for an intriguing event, as we could well see someone other than Traff King coming out on top.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Like, subscribe, turn on the bells. That would be absolutely amazing. I've been JP. I've been alongside Tom Cairns this evening. And as always, take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.